Hey there, thanks for joining us. It's Alicia and Brian Weber here. And today we're talking about tire rotations, balancing, and alignments. So these are obviously very important services. And I want to have you kind of just tell us, how do we know when it's time? And then also, how often should we be having these services done?
Well, yeah, so if you notice a difference in the way the car steers, or if it shakes going down the road, pulls left to right or something like that, then there's an obvious sign that you need to do something.
Yeah.
And you should do something right away, because if it's doing any of those things, it's also causing problems that are going to cost more to fix the longer you wait.
Yeah.
But it periodically, let's take rotations, for example.
Okay.
Used to be every other oil change was a good pattern to be on. That's when oil was changed at 3,000 or 4,000 miles, and now the oil is being changed much longer than that. Sometimes it's a good idea, depending on the type of driving that you do, maybe every oil change. But when you go to a regular shop, like ours, for example, that we inspect every time to keep the vehicle safe and reliable, we kind of keep an eye on how the tires are wearing.
Yeah.
So we can recommend a maintenance schedule, and not only a maintenance schedule for rotations, but most people think of a rotation, you just rotate the tires from the front to the back. But depending how they're wearing on the vehicle, type of tires, type of driving, type of vehicle, there might need to be like an X pattern rotation.
Okay.
If the vehicle rotation is not critical, which keeps the tires lasting a lot longer, or maybe like a modified, where you go front to back and then you flip the back, like a modified X. We know that by looking at how they're wearing as to what to do.
That is not something that normally people would think of, because that's exactly what I thought. We just flip the front and the back, and there you go. There's your rotation.
Exactly. And the reason you want to think you need to look more closely at that, and the reason we would even do something other than just a straight front to back rotation, is to keep the tires alive a lot longer, which is in the best interest of the vehicle owner, right?
saves the vehicle owner a lot of money in the long run, too.
Does.
Okay.
Yeah, and then so that's just rotations. Balancing, obviously, if the wheels and tires are out of balance, they'll be shaking going down the road, right? That wears the suspension components out. The tire spending time off the pavement, which is not good for safety,
right.
And it wears the tire poorly. So that will trash a tire. So you want to keep those things done as soon as you can. Periodically, every 20,000 miles, maybe a balance check is a good idea, or certainly if you feel a shake coming. And then alignment, again, when we're doing maintenance on the vehicle, oil changes, whatever, if we're maintaining it, we can start to pick up hey, the tire's wearing a little bit funny. It's probably time for an alignment.
Okay. And talk to me a little bit about your Hunter alignment machine. This is still a newer machine. We've talked about it on the blog before, but tell me a little bit about that new technology.
Yeah. So thanks for bringing that up. So we've got a flush-mounted alignment machine, which means if you have a low-profile vehicle, we can pull that on there without scraping on the bottom or any air dam damage. We also have the longest wheelbase capacity as far as alignments go in the city.
Okay.
Long pickup trucks or heavier trucks we can do. And also the tire mounting and balancing equipment. Run flat tires, low profile Corvette sports car tires. Our tire exchanger does beautifully with zero risk to damaging a wheel. Okay. It's just fantastic equipment. And the road force balancing, which actually simulates the load that the road would put on the tire going down the road. So the roller comes in contact with the tire and puts 1,200 pounds or up to 1,200 pounds of force against the tire as it's spinning it. So it picks up any variations in the cords, or if a wheel's got some shift in it. It's just amazing the difference it makes.
Wow.
Mounting and balancing tires.
Yeah, it's so cool to see, what the differences in technology really can make available for you guys, that you can, in turn provide those services to your customers. So thank you for telling me a little bit more about tire rotations, balancing, and alignments today, and telling us a little bit more about that machine. That's the nice thing about Weber Automotive. They are always working on continuous improvement, whether it be the technology and the equipment you use, but also just that your technicians are, up to speed with the newest technology and the newest equipment. So
it's important.
If you're interested in scheduling an appointment with Weber Automotive, make sure you're getting in contact with them. You can do so by giving them a call. Also, make sure you're exploring their website, weberautomotive.com. There's a lot of really good information and videos on there, so you're definitely going to want to check those out too. Thank you so much for watching.
Thanks, Alicia.